Hello. Generosity is not an act of giving. Generosity is the intent, excuse me, bees, behind the action. It's behind the giving. And generosity, therefore, is an empty mind. So, most people understand generosity as an act of giving. I have something. You lack something. I give you that something. This understanding rests on your prior positioning of the self as the standard. So this becomes the standard from which everything else gets measured. So to measure another person, as inadequate, requires this internal self as being adequate. Standards, by definition and inherently, are comparative. And in that comparison, the giver occupies the position of sufficiency. This is sufficient, that is not. So, while this has, that does not. Look at this. This is so pretty. These are so rocking. So authority over what is right or necessary or needed matches this giver's identity as generous. But given the empty mind state that I've talked about with generosity, generosity then is no longer an expression of identity. Rather, it's the absence of a self-positioned identity that interferes with what is now. So an empty mind is not empty of intelligence or consideration or empathy. It is not lacking in any way. Rather, it's the constant, what it is empty of is the constant negotiation of an identity. And this negotiations sound like, will this make me a good person? Will they appreciate me? Does this gift or this article prove my worth? Do these flowers make me great? Am I sacrificing? What do I get back? So when these questions are present in your interactions day to day, they've been replaced. That means that your empty mind has been replaced with an ego's need to control. And while the ego may be these are so cute. While the ego may be driving the story is being generated from an operating system. And that's a system that creates a self which is mistaken for reality. Hello, little artichokes. So the self is not the enemy. That is crucial to understand. That the self is not the enemy here, folks. The self is an evolving construct. It's useful and benevolent. It's a vehicle that explores and experiences this cosmos. That's its job. And while it may be an illusion, because the self is an illusion, it's a form of consciousness. So consciousness, that's what consciousness is. Consciousness is form. And form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. Anyway, but the self is a form of consciousness deserving of your generous, unconditional acceptance and respect. Now, generosity is the natural behavior of a self system that no longer needs to prove itself. And if you're asking, how do I do that? Then click on the notification button, click the like button, and subscribe to the channel to find out in the next video. Your subscription is crucial to growing the channel and to spreading conscious awareness. And if you found this information helpful, then please pass it on. Pass it on. Share this unconditionally, generously, no strings attached. I'll see you in the next video. Live deliberately. Man, these are good looking. Namaste.